Hello, happy Sunday. Hi. How y'all doing today? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Oh, that sounds good. Strawberry waffles and sausage. Oh, girl, that sounds so good. Hi, Janine. How you doing, boo? Oops. Hi, Goddess. Hi, Mary. Mookie. Hey, boo. Empress, how you doing? Hi, Jacqueline. You're welcome. Thank you. Dream Queen, how you doing, boo? All right, let's get into this read. Hey, Rosa. Hey, Nene. Hey, Connie. How y'all doing? All right. Hey, Charlie. Or Charlotte, I'm sorry. All right. Hey, Jasmine. All right, let's get into this read. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afrozen. And today I'm reading for the beautiful, handsome collective. Hello, collective. How y'all doing today on this great Sunday? I'm excited. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. One more time. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Yes. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to book a private reading with me or to shop in my store. All that information is in the description box below. Okay, let's get into this read today. Channel message here is your hero. Okay. Before I get deep into the channel message, please keep in mind that this is a collective read. Not everything that I'm going to mention to you is going to resonate with you. Take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Channel message here is you're a hero. Other people see through their BS too, and they don't want anything to do with them, okay? So, if you've been going through a very tumultuous type of connection or relationship, or more so, we'll say this severing of a connection between a very toxic dynamic or toxic family dynamic between you and them here, a lot of people are now seeing through their BS here. And you are deemed or seen as the hero, specifically if you have been speaking out, okay? So this message is specifically for individuals that have been speaking out in regards to the, let's say, negative ordeal or the harsh ordeals that you went through or experienced, okay? And a lot of people are now being awakened as to what has transpired with you because they've also went through what you went through, but just not as extreme as to what you went through here. So now what this toxic family dynamic is doing here is that they're trying to save face, or more so they're trying to see if they can hide their hand or hide the toxicity in regards to what they have done towards you and other people, and it's not working in that way. They're trying to come back in to disprove what other people are seeing truthfully. Believe it or not, you might not be aware, but there are a lot of people that are speaking very highly of you behind your back or behind the scenes here. It's all going to be made publicly, of course, but at this time, spiritually, that's what's happening here. And a lot of like family members that you may have disconnected from, the ones that actually cared about you, whether it's an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, whatever, however here, those individuals knew that this toxic family was very toxic towards your upbringing, or more so surrounding as to who you were. The reason why they stood quiet in regards to what this toxic family dynamic was doing towards you here is because they were threatened by blackmail in regards to what this toxic family dynamic had over their head or held over their head. Now, if this toxic family dynamic can't get in contact with you, which I strongly feel like that they're not, they're going to look like the loser here. So all the things that you were saying was of course completely true, and you also have extended family members that are on the right side of things that can also corroborate in regards to what you're saying here, and it's going to basically fall into the lap of this toxic family dynamic here, and that's what they don't want. They don't want to carry the weights of all of this toxicity. They prefer that you do. But as I always mention to you guys, if the baggage don't belong to you, don't pick it up. It's like you're going to an airport and you are at baggage claim. You know, for instance, you know that particular bag or a certain bag is not yours. Why are you picking up something that doesn't belong to you? You know what I mean? And that's what this toxic family wanted to do here. They wanted to create various forms of scenarios where it's very toxic and very detrimental to yourself, to your health, or to your life in general here. And they expected for you to just literally pick up all the pieces in regards to what they created for you. And it's not working in this way. There are a couple of things. There are a lot of messages that I have received as I were in meditation. So I had to break it up. I broke it up in many different sets. But if this resonates for you, these are the confirmation here. So we have Little Rock, could be Arkansas. We have Benz. Maybe you purchased a Benz recently, or maybe a Benz is your actual dream car. Okay, someone's name could be Mercedes. You could be from Akron, Ohio, Anchorage, Alaska, Juneau, helicopter or lessons. Maybe you're wanting to learn how to fly a helicopter, or you could be getting your license in regards to becoming an actual pilot. Okay, so you can be going to school to become a pilot here to achieve your license. For the ones that's on the right side of things, if you're worried about a car being repossessed or taken away from you, it's not, okay? So if you are on the right side of things and you're currently struggling with like finances and things of that nature, you will have the finances to be able to more so either pay off the debt that is due to the actual car, or more so the monthly payment that is due for the actual car. So take it how it resonates. But all in all, you will not lose your car. So I don't know who that message is for. If you just had a baby, there's Similac and Enfamil. The baby might not be taking the Similac or Enfamil, or they may not be accepting it. They may prefer breastfeeding, okay? I'm just telling you the message in regards to what I saw in my meditative state. You, on the other hand, you might not be open to breastfeeding. That's your prerogative, that's your call. But I do see that there is some, if you just had a baby, could be maybe, let's say 2 to 3 months ago, you may just have this newborn here. This newborn really prefers breastfeeding, and you know, maybe that's an option that you should consider or look into. But hey, you're gonna do what you need to do. We also have a winery or soft opening. So maybe you just created your own wine or winery, or maybe you've purchased a winery. But there's something that's surrounding in regards to you creating your own wine here, and it's going to do extremely well for whoever that resonates for, okay? Someone's name could be Joanne or artisan, so you may be an artist, or you may actually bake bread, okay? Because I've also saw within the meditative state artisan bread, so maybe you make that particular or specific type of bread here for the public. Someone by the name of Artisha is going to pre-transition by a gunshot. So take that how that resonates. And we're going to get into the actual read. I have more things that came up in regards to my meditative state, but as I mentioned, I'm going to break that down as we progress within the reading here. So all in all here, you're being seen as the hero amongst the community, the extended community, amongst your extended family members, aunts, uncles, cousins on the right side of things, but more so were afraid to speak up. And the reason why they were afraid to speak up here is because, number one, they thought that they were the only one that experienced what they've experienced when it came to this toxic family dynamic. And then number two, they actually are afraid of this toxic family dynamic. And the reason why they're very afraid of this toxic family dynamic is because this toxic family dynamic has or holds a lot of shadows, or more so secret, over this extended family here. And as I mentioned to you guys here, it is very imperative, or more so important, to ensure that you are taking care of your shadows. So that way, if someone is aware of your shadows, or they learned about your shadows, they can't use that against you to make you feel any type of way. We may have all came from different types of backgrounds as to where we may have had many different types of experiences that may not have been the best. And at that time, while we were in that space where we weren't able to make the best decision, we may have done something that may have went against the integrity as to however way you do your thing, okay? Again, I'm not here to judge the Divine Collective. We all make mistakes. I get it, I understand. But if you are aware that you made a mistake, the best important thing to ensure is that you have accountability for the mistake that you have made. And I felt like this is what is going on here, that you have completely made peace in regards to the mistakes that you were either aware or unaware of. And that's okay, okay? As long as you take accountability for what has transpired, is going to help you to open up deeper within your shadows, and is going to help you heal what's within your shadows, okay? So with that being said here, people are realizing that you are the only one that's not afraid of this group here. You're not. You don't care about this group. You're not afraid of this group. You've lived with this group. You know their mannerisms. You know, like anyone else would know their mannerisms. So you kind of know what makes them tick, and it really doesn't really put you in a position to be afraid of them or to more so be triggered by them, if that makes sense. So we had red flag here. Okay. We had red flag. You were able to see past the red flags. You were able to call upon the red flags. Hey, you know you shouldn't do this. Hey, that's not right. Hey, that's this. Hey, that's that. And the toxic family dynamic didn't or they couldn't understand you. They couldn't comprehend you. And they didn't like the fact that you were always willing to call out the red flags that they were always waving in front of your face. Tell me more about this red flag, please. All right, use the Kipper. Tell me more about this red flag, please. Interesting. We have the family room here, okay? This is where most of the secrets were held within this family room in regards to this red flags or red flags. Or the family room was surrounded by red flags. It was so much red flags that it will really take a person that's very confident, that is fully aware as to who they are of self, to really bust through or to more so destroy the red flags that they have put up. It's like, you know how certain instances or certain cases where there might be a lot of red tape or a lot of obstruction to where you may feel or think that you're not able to get through. The way that this family dynamic was set up here, they created nothing but illusions. And I want you guys to look at it from a different perspective when it comes to illusions. Illusions could be very connected or could be connected to, we'll say, fog. And a lot of people feel that when they are experiencing fog that they're not able to see, but that's not always the case. There are many different resources or tools that you can have at your leisure or on yourself here that you can actually bust through or to more so plow through to be able to see the actual fog here, if that makes sense. It's like the fog was very heavy and very dense, and behind the fog was the red flags. So once you were able to pass the fog, you were met up or connected to the red flags here, and they placed it in that way, so that way when you saw these huge red flags, that it would actually stop you from actually progressing or moving past the red flags. I don't know if you are aware, but a lot of people, when it comes to the colors, red is a very prominent color as to when someone sees the color red, they actually stop in their tracks. A lot of people might not be aware about this, but if you own a red car, the color of the red, I think it's either you pay more or you pay less. But there's something very specific in regards to a red car. I think you pay more, if I'm not mistaken. Please don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the case. But if I'm wrong, tell me, I can take it. But there's something very peculiar or specific in regards to you owning a red car when it comes to your insurance. I believe you pay more. But again, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, you pay more. Okay. Higher insurance. Okay. Which is very odd because red is one of the most prominent colors that a lot of people are able to see. And it kind of puts them in a position where like, oh, wow, like for instance, stop signs, when you see a stop sign, you have to comply or abide by that actual stop sign here. And they felt like once you pass through the fog here and you saw all of these red flags or signals here, they thought you would have stopped there and not moved forward. And that's not the case here. You were actually able to plow through or more so destroy the red flag. I didn't know that. Diana says on TikTok, I never knew that. Thank you. Red cars are considered attractive for theft. I never knew that. And if that's the case here, why would they sell cars that are in the color of red? That's another topic, because that's another topic. I never knew that, but it makes sense. I'm not doing any public readings on a collective read. Okay, you want to have to go through my website, kalindi.com/afrozen, and you can go through there. Okay, please don't ask me to do any private reads on a public platform, or more so public collective read. This is a collective read. I'm not doing anything private singly towards your energy. If you feel that I am that person to connect with your energy on a private setting, then you're going to have to pay for my services. That's just the way it works, okay? If you don't want to pay for my services, that's fine as well. Figure it out or go to another reader, but that's how things are ran or done on this platform over here, okay? So, again, if you would like to book a private reading, my website is kalindi.com, kalendly.com/afrozen, okay? Could I ask one of my moderators to actually type that into the actual comments for me, please? Kalindi.com, kalendly.com/afrozen, okay? No, you're not going to tell me how to do things. So you're going to get up out of here. Don't tell me how to do my lives, okay? Go somewhere else with that. Let's keep moving forward. Anywho, so we have community here, and we also have bad health. Interesting. So the community is aware that this family dynamic is sick with a mental instability or sick with actual physical ailments here. And if these family members, extended family members, have been around the actual immediate family members here, they're realizing that the guilt is making them sick, or the guilt is eating them alive. So they may have lost a lot of weight, they've lost their hair, they may have lost their teeth, they may not getting enough a rest, good night's rest at night. They may have black bags underneath their eyes. Their actual skin color could be actually changing as well too. So take that how that resonates. Someone is having issues with their lungs. Some form of a pulmonary, could be a pulmonary embolism that's happening here. Someone's having issues with their knees as well too. They may need knee surgery. So it's basically what's happening here is that these family members that came up against you, their body's lighting up like a Christmas tree, and they can't handle it. They're trying to hide it from you, but I mean, there's really nothing to hide from you, because even if you're not connected to them or you're not around them, you're still being privy to as to what is going on with them. And that's just the way Spirit is setting up for you. Spirit wants you to know exactly verbatim as to what they're going through, because it's going to help you heal. The name of the game when it comes to the Divine Collective here is for you to be very knowledgeable in regards to what negative or harsh or toxic individuals are doing towards you, because it's actually going to help you further down, further down in your life or your path here. So it's very important, or it was set up in a way to where it became very imperative that you are fully aware as to what they got going on so you can heal. A lot of times when people are not aware, and I mean, you may not agree with me, and I'm okay with that, respectfully, but what I'm realizing here when it comes to healing is that sometimes people feel like they may not have the closure that they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for an apology. Maybe you're looking for a sorry. Maybe you're looking for someone to explain as to why they did the things that they did. But if they don't hold the accountability in regards to what they've done towards you, you're not going to receive whatever it is that you're asking or looking from them. So in a way for you to heal from this here, Spirit or God or divine here is setting it up in a way to where you can visually see as to what's going on here, so that way you can move forward and heal. Okay, we do have grudge here. Okay, they're holding a grudge against you here because you see them for who they are. You're not connecting with them. You don't care about them. You really don't care what happens to them. You see the red flags that they harbor or carry within themselves here, and it's causing a huge grudge with them against you here, to the point where they're becoming very desperate here, and they're willing to go above and beyond to ensure that anyone, they don't care who it is, it could be someone that's outside laying in the street, it could be an old friend that you no longer connect with or talk to, they don't care who it is, as long as anyone is willing to listen in regards to how they feel about you, they're going to go above and beyond to ensure that how they feel about you, other people are going to be, oh wow, that's crazy, oh wow, that's too bad, or wow, like want to side with them. But it's not happening in this way. Excuse me. It could be a mature woman here. So this mature woman could be an actual mother figure here. Could be a grandmother, could be a aunt, a cousin, a sister, a co-worker, a mature woman here that did not have your best interest at heart. They could be born in the 60s, or they could be actually in their 60s. Take it how it resonates. There is a mature woman here, a mother figure specifically. If your mother passed away, then I'm not speaking about you, okay? Take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm specifically speaking about or towards the individuals that mother is still living, but you do not have a connection with. You completely severed, disconnected, destroyed the connection. You don't want anything to do with this person. I'm speaking specifically to you, okay? Now, if you have a mother that is still alive, they're in a state or stage where their health has been declining very rapidly. And they know that their time is getting ready to come, and they're trying to bury the hatchet, or they're trying to see if you guys can come to a common ground based on them going through a very harsh health ailments here. That's the concern here. The concern here in regards to this mature woman here is that they're trying to get you to see them in a good light. But you can't see a person in a good light when they've been nothing but giving you toxicity and negativity and trying to harm you and trying to push harm to you and trying to do a lot of foolish things towards you. It's not going to work out in the way that they anticipate, okay? They feel like because they are sick, or more so deathly sick, and this mother figure is very deathly sick here for whoever resonates. They feel like that they could use their health as a form of a crutch, or somebody's making like fried chicken or air fried chicken, or maybe you're frying the chicken. That's what I smell, okay? It's early in the morning. It's only 9:47 over here, but I'm smelling chicken, okay? Give me a little piece, all right? Anywho, like somebody getting their Sunday dinner out the way, you know? So the thing about it here is that this mother figure don't like your extreme observation. You are a person that's very observant when it comes to anyone that may cross your path. And actually, that is a great skill set, or a great attribute, or a great aspect to have when it comes. So give me a piece of chicken. I just want a piece. Give me a little piece. Give me a little piece. Y'all sharing y'all chicken wings away. I get it now. Anywho, you're very observant when it comes to just life in general. And I feel like that was a gift or aspect of self, a beautiful or handsome aspect of self that needed to become a part of you, or become one of you here, because of the many multiple tragic experiences that you went through. Now, tragic experiences can sum up in regards to an emotional tragedy, okay? It could be a physical tragedy. It could be emotional tragedy. It could be a spiritual tragedy. It could be a mental tragedy. Take that how that resonates for you, okay? I feel like that this mature woman puts you in a position to where you didn't have a choice but to learn who you were, despite them going against you and telling you who you weren't. So the things that you knew that you were, this mother figure, or grandmother or aunt or cousin, again, a mature woman that was very that was a prominent part of your life, but they were more so very toxic within your life here, okay? Take that how that resonates. But they felt like that every time you may have felt great about yourself or good about yourself, they were always lurking in the background here to make you feel otherwise. Oh, you ain't gonna be nothing. No one wants you. And you know, you think you're all of that, or you could be too fast. This mother figure may have mentioned or may have said to you that you are very fast, okay? You may have been an individual that may have been very developed or overdeveloped at a very young age. Take that how that resonates. And they automatically assumed from the perspective that they think or that they see things here, they automatically assume. So let's say you're like 10, 11, 12 years old and your body is developed at a very young age. They took that as ammunition here to make you feel some type of way. It's not your fault. I mean, that's just nature. That's just how it works. You know, it's not your fault. You can't control as to how you grow. But this mother figure didn't like the fact that you were growing into more so we'll say an adult body at a very young age, and they wanted to shame you for that. So take that how that resonates. This can also go for men as well too. I mean, I feel, oh man, this is crazy. Okay, I'll say it. I feel either it could be a mother or father figure here or elder person here may have spoke very ill about your private areas. Sad. Maybe they saw a glimpse of your private area while you were in the restroom or coming out the shower or whatever the case may be. And they really criticize you, whether you are on the larger side of things or you're more so on the smaller side of things. Take that how that resonates. But there was a mature woman or a mature man that would talk about your body or degrade your body to make you not love yourself or love the body that you're in here. And they did this very strategically. Message of concern. They sure did. And as they were bullying you as to how you were, we'll say, formed, they would tell other people, but spin it in a way as to make you look bad. So for instance, let's say a mother figure may have saw your top part of self, and maybe your top part is larger than as to what this mother figure may have had, right? Or maybe you were smaller. Take it how it resonates. They will call someone and be like, oh my God, I just saw the collective's top half and it looks like this and it looks like that, and they need a bigger bra, they need a smaller bra, they look horrible and they look disgusting and they look this and they look that, and I don't know why would they want to come out the house. You know what I mean? Like anything to more so disapprove as to your body, like basically like body shaming in that kind of way. And I feel like the reason why they body shamed you here is because you are more statured, whether you are bigger or smaller, take it how it resonates, but you are much more statured as to what they anticipated for you here. So your face card don't decline, or your handsomeness, your beauty or your handsomeness, the face card of who you are, it doesn't decline. And they didn't like that about you here. So when it comes to disrespecting me, you could never disrespect me. I feel like a form of disrespect is in regards to if you don't know who you are. And I truly know who I am. So whatever you say or whatever you try to do, and this is for that person on TikTok before I blocked him, you can't disrespect me. You can't get what you think you can get out of me. I know all about reverse psychology. I know psychology literally like the back of my hand. There's really nothing that you can say or do to offend me. I mean, I'm 38 years old and I've been going through this BS since I was born. So my mother or father that I raised gave me the blueprint to understand that I can't depend on them and I can depend on myself. So there's really nothing that you can say or do to make me upset or whatever. You're just wasting your time and you want to look like the big fool that you are. So it is what it is. I don't care. I just don't. Let's keep moving forward, y'all. No one cares. I don't care. Let's keep moving forward, y'all. All right, so we have message here. Okay, so we have message and we have message in, message of concern. Okay. Message, a message of concern to me represents this is a huge message of concern here because you're not budging. They're calling you whether you change your phone number or whether you block it. Take it how it resonates. But you, maybe you are aware, maybe you understand, maybe you don't. Again, take it how it resonates. They are so unhinged to the umpteenth power that they feel like you are supposed to just listen and to just succumb to everything that they're doing towards you. And it's not working out in the way that they anticipate here. The jeering at you, the gossiping about you, the talking about you behind your back, it's not moving you, and it's putting them in a very perplexed situational point of view or aspect of thing as to why you're not triggered by the toxicity that they're trying to push onto you. Someone loves sour cream chips or sour cream and onion chips. It could be Lay's or it could be the Ruffles. I don't know. That's just what I see. Something about food, okay? I just see Ruffles and I see Lay's chips, but more so sour cream and onion. It could be also the Wise chips as well too. Take it how it resonates, okay? Or maybe for whoever resonates, maybe you weren't able to receive a great nutrition or good nutrition when you were growing up. Maybe you had to steal food to stay nourished, or you may felt that this mother or father figure that you were raised under, when it came to eating certain things, you weren't allowed or you didn't have permission to eat certain things. You may had to hide or more so steal foods just to kind of keep your energy up here. Maybe you only had access to certain type of foods, but the type of foods that you had access to you didn't like. So for instance, it would be like liver or gizzard, or I don't know, something that you just would, something that you just see, you were like, yeah, I don't like that. But they would specifically, cook those type of foods because they know they know that you wouldn't like it. So you could have been losing a lot of weight when you were young. You may have been very skinny when you were young. Or you might have been overweight when you were younger, because anytime you were able to get access to food, you may have felt like that you didn't know the next time you would receive food, so you kind of had to like store up or eat as much as you could while you were young. So again, take that how that resonates, okay? They may have actually put things within your like your lotions or maybe baby powder. They were putting some kind of a other substance within your actual like lotion. So anytime you would lotion up or lather up, you thinking the lotion is supposed to do you right or do well by you, but your skin could be drying out and things of that nature. Like they wanted you to look, man, they wanted you to look like very odd, or you don't belong to the family. You're not connected to the family. They wanted you to look malnourished. They wanted you to look like you weren't able to take care of yourself. They wanted you to look like that you weren't self-sufficient. Again, all of this was completely orchestrated since you were young. And they felt like that the more that they orchestrate your so-called demise here, the better off that they would be and the better off that you would be. That makes sense, because it will make it seem like that you can't take care of yourself. And if you can't take care of yourself, that you're going to need them or depend on them to take care of you. So the moment that where things may have got very rocky, maybe you went back to this family dynamic and you may have said, hey, I'm hungry, or I haven't had my hair done, I haven't got a haircut, or, I've been wearing the same underwear for the past, whatever, how long here. And then they will use that request in regards to what you ask of them in a very negative way to kind of like shun you or to make you very embarrassed or to kind of make you feel like that you shouldn't be asking for anything. It's just whatever we give to you is what it is, in that kind of way. Now, the reason why the extended family dynamic hung around this family, the immediate family here, is because the immediate family held a lot of secrets over the extended family. So the extended family felt like that they had their hands behind your back, and they really felt like that they couldn't help you, or they did not have the resources to help you, which I believe is a complete lie. They did, but because of the blackmail or because of their shadows that this toxic family held over their head here, they kind of felt like that they had to put their hands up, and it was more so you kind of have to deal with it on your own here. So for me, perspective wise, I really wouldn't trust anyone from your past. Despite them rooting you on, despite them looking at you as a form of a hero here, I still would not have any type of communication from anyone from your past, because they were aware and they knew and they said nothing. All right, some other confirmations in regards to if this could be your story is Jabba the Hutt, Star Wars. Someone's name could be Cassandra. It could actually be with an actual C or a K. Someone loves Captain Crunch. You may love Rice Krispie treats, or you could be making Rice Krispie treats today, or you may have made it recently, okay? Excuse me. We have marshmallows. Maybe you just recently over a fire or like a campfire, you may have just recently roasted marshmallows, okay? We also have the name Martha, Marsha, Marsa, Michael, Michelob, matriarch, patriarch. So since this matriarch or patriarch is not doing well health-wise, believe it or not, you are the next person, or you are the next person that's going to step up if you decide to. That's going to be the actual matriarch or patriarch over this actual bloodline here. Now, let me break that down a bit. Their title has been stripped from them because of the type of decisions that they decided to make for themselves and the bloodline here, okay? When it comes to you here, because you're doing something completely different, what's happening here is that this is all spirit. It ain't me. I'm just a messenger. Divine Spirit is placing you in a position as to where you're going to overtake, or more so take over, the title of being that particular matriarch or patriarch. And with that comes a lot of duties or tasks, jobs, and even opportunities as well. But because you are in that current position, if you decide to accept it, it's going to place your bloodline, or the creation of your bloodline, in a more so positive outcome or a positive path. So again, take that how that resonates. Your name could be Samara, 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 or Samara, or Satara, Satara, or Sequetta, okay? Sequetta, Sequetta. Your name could be Sinbad. Maybe you love Sinbad, which is also, was a iconic, phenomenal actor back in the 80s and 90s. And I love Sinbad from when he starred in A Different World. Okay, so take that how that resonates. Or you may love Sinead O'Connor. Okay, maybe you resonate with her ideologies or her philosophies of life or her standpoints of life. Maybe you were named after Sinead. Take it how it resonates, okay? So we have coffin here, okay? So the coffin, message of concern and message is surrounding this mature man and this mature woman. They're trying to come towards you specifically to bury the hatchet. They don't care about anyone else because they know that your facts, not opinion, they know that your facts weigh or outweigh a lot in regards to what they do here. So they know that if they were to come towards you to get an okay, or to affirm, or to confirm, or to more so, hey, I forgive you, or we can bury the hatchet in that kind of way, they feel like that it's going to slow down the transition in regards to what they're going through currently, and it's not. Someone's name is Ramon or Ramona. This is a very nasty pre-transition. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not. Very nasty. I mean, to the point where they're just going to be skin and bones. They'll be like, ew. They're really wasting away. And they're wasting away because of the guilt, because of the extended family members being aware as to what you know. And the extended family member know you haven't spoke to them, but there's a very eerie silence between you and this toxic family dynamic here, or extended toxic family dynamic. And it's like, we see you. We can't really say too much, but we see you, we honor you, and respect you in that kind of way. So it could be a Taurus that is currently in dark energy. Take it how it resonates. Okay. Maybe you have a Taurus that's a mother figure or a father figure, or you could be the Taurus. If you are the Taurus, then you're going to be on the high vibrant side of things. If you know a Taurus that's a mother or father figure, they're on the negative side of things. Take it how it resonates. There's something about a pulmonary embolism. Pulmonary embolism is something about like clots within the heart, or sorry, the lungs. I don't know anything about that. I'm not a doctor by any means necessary. I'm not a pulmonologist. That's just what I see spiritually, okay? So maybe someone smokes a lot. Maybe someone doesn't take care of their health. Maybe they're smoking because they can't get out of the situation. Again, take it how it resonates. We have interesting. Yeah, we have a message is coming, and we have stuck here. The message here, you already received the message. You have. The message here is that you are aware that they are stuck. That's the message. Someone's eating ramen, or you may love ramen, and you may put some eggs or egg in your ramen. Yeah, they are stuck by the sudden changes that you have created. And by you speaking the truth, it has triggered a profound change that no one saw coming. To be honest, they were very unprepared when they were coming up against you. They didn't know who you were. They didn't know your mannerisms. They didn't know your personality. The family dynamic didn't know anything about you. And this is why they're so afraid or so nervous in regards to the sudden changes that you are showing up in the world with here. Now, the outside influences will be friends and family, extended family here. Someone's making ceviche or a shrimp cocktail. Maybe you're having a seafood fest or something over the weekend here. There's something about seafood, lobster and crab cakes and stuff like that. Maybe you didn't have it for the 4th of July. Maybe you're having it today, okay? Right. So this narcissist feels like that if they get the okay for you to forgive them, that they feel like that you're going to be able to heal them. So I'm speaking to a lot of healers on my multiple channels. And you can be a healer in many different ways. You could be a healer in regards to someone that's actually in a form of a healing field or sector. That could be in regards to you being a CNA or LPN or a nurse practitioner or a doctor. That's one path or aspect of healing. You can just be someone that don't have those credentials, but anytime someone comes your way, you're always giving some form of a good advice or great advice. That's also another form of you being an actual healer, you know? Another form of healing is that maybe you take care of others, maybe friends, families, whatever, however here. Again, there are many different aspects when it comes to healing, but I'm actually speaking to a lot of you guys that are healers in your own way or your own right here, and they know that you are a healer in some sort here, and this is why they're trying to come back towards you to see if you can bury the hatchet. But we have Gemini. This is a Gemini on the lower scale or lower vibrational scale of things here, with also irresponsible. So they expect for you to pick up the slack in regards to the irresponsible decisions that they decide to make in regards to themselves here. We also have pregnancy. So it might be a Gemini that might be pregnant. They could be pregnant with twins. If they are pregnant, ooh, Lord, child. Wow. Ooh, 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 wow. Someone may have lied about being pregnant because of the financial failure. It could be a Libra as well. Take it how it resonates. Someone could have lied and said that they were pregnant. Why would you lie and say that you're pregnant? I don't understand it, but you know, we're not dealing with smart individuals here. We do have shocking message, and then we also have liar here. So someone has lied surrounding a pregnancy here based on the financial failure that they're currently going through. So they feel like that if they come towards you with a sob story to let you know, hey, I'm pregnant and I don't have a place to go and I don't have anything to eat and I don't have this and I don't have that, with homeless here, yeah. They felt like that they really, really felt like that you would bypass all that they have done towards you here, and then you will help them get out of homelessness. No. They thought that you were confused by their lies. As I mentioned before, if you're speaking truth, I mean, it's going to be very easy if you're in your state of truth, or if you're walking in your truth, then it's going to be much easier for you to be able to differentiate towards people or from people that actually speak truth versus lies. So there's nothing confused about you, okay? People that live in a state of lies use confusion as such, as a form of a limitation or a form of stagnation or a form of obstruction or oppression to stop you from moving forward. If they're able to get you in a confused state, well, then they're able to lie to you much more easier or quicker, if that makes sense. But yet again, if you're not a person that's confused and you know who you are, you're connecting with self, you listen to your intuition, you listen to your discernment, no one can confuse you. No one. Someone's name is Sequoia. I'm also hearing Sasquatch. Maybe you live on an Indian reserve or reservation. You could be from an Indian background. You may have Indian in your family. You could be Cherokee. Take out how it resonates. You may have just found this out recently, and you could be taking the necessary steps to ensure that you're able to secure what was taken from you. Take that how that resonates. It's funny how they want you confused because they're in financial failure. Why should I be confused about what another person's doing, specifically in regards to their financial failure? So if you are in financial failure, what does that have to do with me, specifically for individuals that may have caused harm towards you? What does that have to do anything with you? So they're struggling and they're down bad and they're out. You're supposed to basically just go to their side and help them out? Keep this in the back of your beautiful and handsome mind. Not everyone can be saved. In a perfect world, I would love to save as much as I can, or everyone, but that's just not how this world works. I made a post recently on YouTube and I stated something about domestic violence. And sometimes some people that are actually caught up in domestic violence can actually become very upset or irate towards you. And the reason being is because specifically if you were one that may have experienced domestic violence from an ex-lover, a parent, you can experience domestic violence from a parent, a sibling, whatever the case may be here. They thought that, dang, I lost my train of thought. I hate that. It'll come back. I hate that so much, child. It happens. It's like Wi-Fi when you're connecting with spirit. Sometimes you get that strong connection and you be on a roll and then it just kind of like get out like that. It happens. It's like, you know how sometimes your Wi-Fi may kind of conk out for like 5 seconds and it come right back up like that. So it happens. It is what it is. Yeah, so they wanted you to be responsible. Well, we'll say more so irresponsible towards their financial failure. They want you to be irresponsible to their financial failure. And when I mean in regards to that is that you know that they're not responsible when it comes to their financial failure, and they know that they are irresponsible when it comes to their financial failure. And this is the same type of boat or setting that they want to place you in here. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Hi, Nasira. Wild Willow states on TikTok, yep, you rather pay your phone than your rent. Girl, bye, you going to be talking outside. Listen, why should we, collectively, generally speaking, be responsible for someone else's financial failure? And they're trying to confuse you as if you're not aware that they're in financial failure. It just doesn't work. Very toxic in nature. Okay, we have suffering in silence here. It could be a Capricorn. Take it how it resonates. This Capricorn is very toxic in nature. It could be a mother figure, father figure, ex-lover, ex-spouse, ex-sibling, whoever, however, child. But they're suffering in silence because you know just how deeply toxic that they are. You know they're in financial ruins. They can't confuse you here. You know that they're nothing but a liar here, and it's very shocking to them, not you. I feel like you may have had your epiphany for the ones that resonate with this, of course. You had your epiphany, but it didn't move you to like argue or fight with them. It's just like you were sitting in complete silence or in a space where you were alone, or more so your hermit state or stance or stage. And the moment that all of the correct information or the truthful information came out, you just had that aha moment, but it didn't push you to try to like, oh, I can't believe, and why would you do this to me? And I can't, like, I don't feel that with you. I truly don't. I don't feel that. I feel like you just saw for what it is. You had an inkling, you had some nudges that things weren't right, but the moment that you saw that things weren't right, it's just like, okay, now I can move with peace. Like you just needed that part, or you need that aspect, or you just needed that truth to move in peace. And they can't handle the peace that you're moving in. They want you in complete chaos, and that's not you. That's never been you since you were born, since you were young. You're not a person that thrives in chaos, or more so, you're not a person that loves chaos. You prefer peace and grace and faith, you know? So if you have a car and you have not got your oil change, you should get your oil change. I'm not a mechanic by any means. I don't know. Just make sure you get your oil change, okay? It's very imperative, specifically during these hot summer moments. Make sure you get your oil change, okay? Someone could be going to school for theology. Maybe you want to become a preacher or a priest, okay? Maybe you just sign up to take courses surrounding theology. Or maybe you want to be a theologist. Take it how it resonates. All right, so we have Friends show. Maybe your favorite show is the Friends show. We have Golden Girls. Someone's name is Pearly. Pearl, Peyton with an E or an A. Pascal or Paskelly. Someone loves lemons in their pasta. Someone's name is Pearson. You may love pears. You may love picante sauce. Pigments, colors, makeup creation. You could be creating your own makeup line. You could be creating your own pigments when it comes to colors. Take it how it resonates. You could be an artist. Maybe you're creating your own set of like paint brushes, or more so like colors. Take that how that resonates. Someone's name is Preston, okay? Someone's name is Pressy or Precious. Patel, Patel, or it could be Patel with a Petel. I'm also hearing Kincaid, Kincaid. That could be someone's name. Take it how it resonates, okay? Someone's name is Samantha or Sammy or Samuel. What else, Spirit? We have pretending here. They're pretending that everything is okay. They know that everything is not okay, and you are aware that everything is not okay. You don't understand just how much you set this person ablaze, or this group of people ablaze, or you set them on flames. I'll put it in that way. In regards to the lies that you are able to see past or through. The idea that you are fully aware that they cannot speak truth here, it really burns them up to no end. And they're stuck. So because of your tenacity when it comes to your confidence, they lack confidence, but you don't. Because to be honest, when it comes to speaking about very detrimental or very harsh concepts or aspects in regards to family dynamics here, it is very hard for a lot of people to speak about. The reason being is because a lot of people might be afraid. A lot of people are nervous of the backlash they may receive. Some people are afraid that they may be exiled from an actual, family connection. There's so many different stipulations, of course. But this is one of many reasons, or many reasons as to why people don't speak out here, because they are afraid of retaliation, or they are afraid that the individual that may have caused some form of harm towards them, they're going to do something to them. And as I always tell you guys, fear is nothing but a construct, specifically for individuals that literally live in fear. There's no way, this is me speaking specifically, there's no way I'm going to be afraid of someone that can't even show their hands publicly. There's no way that I'll be afraid of someone that is afraid of themselves. That doesn't make sense to me. So you harm me, put me in harm's way, then attempt to put me in fear based on what you've done towards me. That does not make sense to me. You got to put your hands on me. If you have to show me that you so-called are tougher or stronger than me, it does not compute for me. It doesn't. And it never will. It just never will. You want me to be afraid of my father or my mother? I'm sorry, but I just can't. I'm just like, I can't. Yo, I just can't. I'm sorry, I just can't. It just doesn't make sense to me. I can't comprehend or compute that someone that's causing harm to me, you want me to be afraid of you. That don't make sense to me. It just doesn't. We have unemployed here, okay? So they've lost their job. They don't have any money. There's someone within the family dynamic, they sleep with streetwalkers, we'll put it in that way, okay? They love outside, they love the club, they love the strip club, and they give all their money away. So they work their hard 40 hours a week or 80 hours bi-weekly here, and they spend all their money on strip clubs, or they spend all their money on booze, or they spend all their money on paraphernalia or darker, okay? All to keep up with the Joneses here. You're dealing with individuals that came from a generation as to where everything should be or considered to be swept underneath the rug. So that could be the silent generation, which is back in the 1910s or 1920s. You may still have family members that are still living. It could be the generational X, Gen X. It could be the millennials. I'll even add Gen Z, because there might be some Gen Zs that are watching me here. I don't really feel that as much. I feel like this you guys are more so from the Gen X, if you're on the positive side of Gen X, or the millennial side of Gen X here, or sorry, millennial side of the positivity here. But take that how that resonates here. But you're dealing with individuals that will always sweep things underneath the rug, and the only way they know how to keep that underneath the rug is through oppression. Let me oppress you. Yup, you are aware that I hurt you, but you dare not speak out in regards to what I have done to you. You better not tell anyone what's going on within this home. You better not say a word. And to me, that just does it. I can't do magic here. Okay. I'm a millennial. Okay. I'm a millennial. But yeah. Yeah, I can't. And Cassie mentions on TikTok that they're bullies. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up the etymology of the word bullies. Okay, hold on, give me a second. Y'all know I love me some words. I love me some etymology. Let me look up the word of bully. Okay. It say bully, the verb of bully, because there are many different aspects of it, but the actual verb bully, when it comes to the etymology, is overbear with bluster or menace. That's what the bully means. Also, it can also mean, a bully can mean a sweetheart, a term of endearment applied to either sex of uncertain origin. It can also mean a lover or brother. It can also mean fine fellow or blusterer, to harass, or the harasser of the weak. So take that how that resonates. It can also be seen as a lover and a ruffian. It can also be a protector of a prostitute. That's what the bully means. That's the etymology. So take that how that resonates, of course. There are other aspects of, there's bullying, which means insolent, tyrannizing, personal intimidation. Another form would be bullied, is to be abused by a bully. So we're going to take the negative aspect of this and we're going to turn that into a positive, of course. But the way that they see you is that they saw you as weak because it's 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 or 20 people against you here. And the big bully, which could be the actual mother or father within this connection here, felt like because they raised you or they brought you in this world that they can take you out. And that's the most bullshit thing I've ever heard in my life. Just because you give birth to a child doesn't mean that you have the right to take them out. You decided to give birth to that child. Okay, grateful, thankful. Okay, thank you. But you don't have the right to unalive or pre-transition a child because this child is not growing up in the way that you anticipate, or this child is not listening to what you have to say, or this child is not falling down or more so following this toxic path that they so-called want for them. And this could be for you. You may have been the child in regards to who I'm speaking to here. They wanted you to be completely controlled, 100%. They didn't want you to have anything. They wanted to be your handler, or they wanted to be the controller over your life. And once again, no one should have control over your life, specifically and especially when they don't have control over theirs. A person that don't have control over their life, you're going to see their life falling apart. Whether it's a physical thing, a financial thing, an emotional thing, a spiritual thing, a psychological thing, you're going to see them fall apart. Ain't no way you have no control over yourself and you're trying to tell me what I should do with myself when I have control over myself. That doesn't work. It's going to clash like oil and water. It's going to clash. And these are not everybody I'm speaking about. I'm specifically speaking about the elders, the toxic elders that don't see their ways. The toxic elders that refuse to take accountability for what they have done. Those specifically as to who I'm speaking about. I want to make that very clear. Very, very clear. That's who I'm speaking about. The ones that feel like because they're older in age that they have more wisdom in you. And that's not always the case. Just because someone is older in age does not make them wise in age. It just make them, okay, they're 85, they're 90, they're 70, they're whatever age. But that does not make them wise. You weren't, what's the word? You weren't granted the opportunity to gain wisdom from these specific toxic family dynamic that you lived with or were raised under. Take that how that resonates. You weren't given that gift. You had that gift. The wisdom came from you. To be honest, you were probably raising this mother or this father figure to do better for not only themselves, but for you. You were the one that were raising them at a very young age. You were very wise since you were young. And you tried everything possible to expand their mind to show them, hey, mom, hey, dad, maybe try. And they looked at you as such, as an object. Some parents, and they're not parents, but I'm using that loosely here. Some parents look at children as objects. Let's talk about it. And that's how this family dynamic saw you, that you were nothing but an object that they can objectify. Oh, you don't have a say. You can't have a say. You don't know what you're talking about. You're too young to understand this. You're not intelligent. You're not this. You're not that. They did everything possible to discredit you because you were much, much, much more wiser and filled with wisdom at a very young age. And they can't wrap their mind around that. Society wants you or portray that some parents here that you must respect them and you must honor their wisdom. But if it's not wisdom, why in the EFF would you honor something that's not wisdom? Let's talk about it. There are some mothers that go against their daughters because the daughters are able to do 50% or even 100% more in regards to what they could have done while you were at the age, if that makes sense a lot. Just an example. Let's say you are 24, 25 years old. You already got your, again, this is just an example. You already got your bachelor's, your associates, your master's, maybe even your doctorates. And you're doing all of this by yourself without the help of these unintelligent parents, these parasitic parents here who feel like that you showing off, or you're this, or you think you're better, or you think you're this. And you don't think any of these things because you don't move in life that way, or your intentions are not set in that way to show up or to size another person. This can also resonate for a father and son, because there are fathers here that a lot of people don't speak about, but there are some instances here where fathers are actually jealous of their actual son. The son may have a great a community that surrounds him. You may have a great job. You may have a child and you have a great connection with the mother of your child. You could be married to the mother of your child. You know, you're not a guard in tune as how this father thought or depicted that you would be. You know, you're not doing the things that they thought that you would do, and that bothers them. So they have to destroy you, because if you're completely different or you're showing up in a very different way and other people are aware of their shadows here, and you're not connecting or you're not confirming, or more so you're not adapting to what they want for you to do here, they're going to look very odd. They're going to look off. They're going to look crazy. They're going to look insane. They won't look too credible. Their reputation are going to be naught or voided. Does that make sense? Some of your biggest enemies is actually a toxic mother or toxic father. And for some odd reason, a lot of people don't want to speak about that. Oh, you must honor your mother and father. I don't have a problem honoring a mother and father, but you must honor me too. There's no way that you want to be my mother or father and you expect me to honor you, but you can't give me that same respect. then I'm going to give you what you're giving me. If you can't honor and respect me, despite me being a child, I can't respect you as my mother or father. It's not hard to grasp. The concept is not hard to grasp. It's just not. You have a mother or father here that's in the they are afraid to discuss their sexuality. You don't care about that. Shoot, for some of you guys, you might be bisexual, okay? You are very comfortable in your skin. Your own mother or father is not even comfortable with it, but them being bisexual or just being gay or being lesbian. They want to penalize you for that. Some of you guys are bisexual and you feel very comfortable being in your, your sexual orientation. They can't handle it because they can't do what you do. Again, what does that have to do with you, boo? What does that have to do with you? Despite whatever background you come from or whatever lifestyle that you decide to go down, you know what I mean? What does that have to do with you? You got a mother figure that's bisexual, love women, but scared of the consequences or the reputation as to how people will view them, but are okay with destroying your reputation because you're comfortable being bisexual. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. Just make it make sense. Imagine someone that can't come out that they like the same sex giving you bad advice, but you comfortable in your sexuality. Child, make this make sense. For some of you guys, they're blaming you for the reason why that they divorce either a mother figure or father figure. However it resonates. You may have been the one that's been calling out this mother figure or father figure. Oh, you a cheater, you a dog, you ain't no good, you ain't this, you ain't that. And when you spoke about the things that they wanted other people to be quiet about here, this mother figure or father figure blame you for the reason why they're divorced. They refuse to take accountability. You see them for the filth that they are. You call upon the filth that they are because the moment that you called upon filth, or you more so target the filth, you're going to clean it up. You can't speak about something in regards to filth. And when I say filth in this way, in regards to how this mother and father figure treated you here. You're calling upon the filth, and when you call upon filth, the next step is for you to clean up the filth that you called upon. You can't speak about something and expect for it to go away on its own. That's not how it works. I wish it would, but that's just not how it works. There's speaking about what's going on or what's happening to you in a negative way, and then there's also action in regards to what you may have spoke up upon. And they thought that you were all talk but no action because that's how they perceived you. That's how they specifically raised you. They specifically raised you to not have a voice for yourself. They specifically raised you to ensure that you don't have a backbone for self. They specifically raised you to turn the other cheek. Somebody bothering you, somebody bullying you, and you trying to go towards this toxic mother or toxic father here, and the first thing they say is to turn the other cheek. Don't fight back. Stay quiet. Oh, they didn't mean anything by that, or they like you. Stupid things in that nature. And you thinking that you can trust this so-called toxic mother or toxic father here, but to be honest here, they were your first enemy. They were. For some of you guys who can resonate, your toxic mother or toxic father was an enemy to you, and you weren't aware. You giving them nothing but time, attention, energy, and love. Did they take it? Of course they took it. But they destroyed you as they took it from you. They didn't raise you to be of love. They didn't raise you to be patient. They damn sure didn't raise you to tell the truth. So when you started to express those abilities, those unique abilities, because not everyone can speak the truth. It takes a lot of time and energy and effort to be in the vibration of consistent truth. Because when someone feels comfortable to start speaking truth, that's where all the backlash is going to come from. Oh, and you ain't, and you ain't, and you'll never remember when you did this, and I got information on you, and I got evidence on you, and I can blackmail you. Man, fuck all that. Yeah, I said it. Fuck all that. Fuck it all. Like I said, if you work on your shadows, can't nobody say nothing towards you because you worked on it, despite whatever experience that you went through. Child, please. And they thought because they have damaged you, this is what they thought or assumed. They thought that they damaged you so much or to the extreme that you would never speak up. And that's the shocking message. They thought that your truth will continuously be buried underneath their lies. And that's not the truth. They thought their lies were saved. They thought their lies were safe on top of your truth. That's not the case. You never heard of a volcano? When a volcano starts to erupt, and the first thing that you see here, when a volcano erupts, I don't know if you've actually been through an actual physical volcano, but when a volcano erupts, it gives signs before the eruption. And if you don't take heed to that sign of the eruption, well, then you're going to see it play out in an even bigger way, if that makes sense. You knew, intuitive, and they always tried to doubt you or doubt your intuition. You knew. You didn't know how you know. That could be your claircognizant. You didn't know how you knew, but you were aware that something was not right. And every time you were able to pinpoint that something was not right, they came around. Oh, that's not true. No, what are you talking about? No, you're delusional. You know what you're talking about. You're not smart. You're not this. You're not that. And that's not true. So when you realize that that's the game that they were trying to play, they were trying to discredit your intellect or discredit the truth here. This is where the swarm of CUNTs came amongst you here to heckle you like dodo birds. You. This is you in the middle, and this is them around surrounding you here. And everybody trying to shoot darts or arrows towards you. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. That's the saying. You're saying. And you looking around, you turn around in this circle, and everybody doing the same thing to where you be like, what the hell's wrong with you? I'm not insane. I'm not crazy. I'm not, you know what I mean? They did this strategically here. We have Sagittarius. You could be a Sagittarius. You could be a sage. You could be an individual that may travel a lot. If you carry Sagittarius, or if you are Sagittarius, that's actually a part of the birth chart here, you're going to always be on the move or on the go. So you may not stay in a certain space for maybe about a year, 6 months to a year. You're always up and moving. Sagittarius rules the 9th house, which rules travel. So you could have a Sagittarius as a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, could be in your Saturn, your Venus, whatever, however it resonates. But you're constantly always moving, and that's just the way Spirit has it set up, and more so your birth chart here. Oh, man. So your dreams are coming true. If you are a person that feels like you are stuck, or you feel like things are not happening in the way that it's happening, it's for good reasoning. Hear me and hear me well. I understand that you've been calling upon your blessings. You've been calling down your blessings. You've been asking for assistance from Spirit and God and things of that nature. But keep in mind in this nature, if you are around any individual, and it don't have to be the toxic family dynamic, this is just generally speaking, okay? If you're around anyone that does not have your best interest at heart, it might be, in certain cases, it might be hard for you to manifest whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. The reason being is because Spirit knows just how loving and giving that you could be, and nurturing, that you could be. And if they were to release this energy, was able to release all of the manifestations that you have been praying for and manifesting here, they know for a fact that you may have shared with them. Share with them, or maybe overshare with them to the point where you deplete yourself again and again and again and again, to where now things are being evicted in your life. So if you feel that your manifestations are not working, if you feel like that the things that you're asking for is not coming true, ask yourself, who is around you that might be hindering you from manifesting the life that you want? It can go for friends, family, whoever, any type of social connection. Okay? Yes, too good to be true. It's too good to be true. So the too good to be true here is with the karmic. You may have given this person the benefit of the doubt. Somebody making an omelet, it could be a Western omelet, or maybe it could be like a omelet full of like bacon and like sausages or something like that. Somebody making an omelet, child. Take it how it resonates. But with the karmic here and too good to be true, the karmic know that they're too good to be true. They just know that you, or they're trying to make it seem like that you aren't aware that they're too good to be true. Because the moment that you see them for who they are is the moment that you should release them, which is no communication. And then sneaky comes up here. When it comes to your manifestation, you take a risk in regards to how people treat you. I know, and you know, that your intentions are pure. I know that, you know that. They know that too. They just don't want you to be aware that their intentions are not pure. There's an imbalance when it comes to reciprocity. And if they feel that you can always willing to give and just pour into them, when it comes time for you to receive that back, you're not going to receive that back. Well, I didn't tell you to do that towards me. I didn't tell you to give me money. I didn't tell you to bail me out. Well, you decide to do, and then they're going to guilt trip you, knowing for a fact that they needed your help. Leave this trash. Leave this waste. Leave this karmic. Leave these low vibrational energies. Leave this nothingness, because that's what they carry. That's what they hold. Nothing. Literally and figuratively. They hold nothing. They can't even hold themselves. They can't even carry themselves. They hold nothing, literally and figuratively. And because we all know they hold nothing, you can't gain or get anything from nothing. Does that make sense? It's a toxic family. Ah, man. Oh, man. Gambler. A toxic family wanted to gamble, wanted to take a risk in trying to harm you, and that backfired so bad. Backfired so bad that it got a town. So wherever you are or where you from, okay, take it how it resonates. Maybe you're not in the primary town as to where you were raised or grew up with. Again, take it how it resonates. But there's a distinct separation between wherever you lived or whatever the case may be. And they took a risk here to make you look like something that you're not, and it failed to the point that now you are the talk of the town. Either you're aware or you might not be aware, but you are the talk of the town, and everybody is talking very highly of you. Not negative, highly. Despite the negativity that was coming from the toxic family, there's much more people that are seeing you in a very positive light, and they're speaking very positive about you based on the tenacity and the determination and the confidence that you exude to speak up in regards to what this toxic family dynamic has done towards you, because you're opening up the door. Someone said flood, so hopefully you're safe wherever you are, but someone mentioned flood on TikTok. The floodgates, will say that metaphorically or figuratively, is opening up to wash away things that no longer serves you for your highest good. It should say trust the process. Yeah. It say trust the process. Okay. Trust the process. Good luck. Trust the process. Oh, good. Good, Sarah. Good. I'm glad you're safe. Yes. So for the ones that may have experienced a lot of flooding, I think it was in Central Texas. I hope you guys are doing well. You're doing safe, and you're out of harm's way here. But I've heard about the story. I read about the story in regards to the flooding that happened within a specific camp area, Austin, Texas. Yeah. So that was a sad story. I actually had to click off of that because, yeah, it was too much for me to read. It was very sad. Very, very, very sad. So we have hidden agenda, and then we have karma here. The hidden agenda is that the karma was always waiting for itself to expose itself. But the karma could not expose itself because you were always connected to this individuals at that time. But the moment that you disconnected from them is the moment that karma reared its ugly head. So they have to deal with that. They have to deal with sickness. They have to deal with illness. They have to deal with the lies that they refuse to speak up about. They have to deal with people coming towards them to getting the truth. They're not going to speak the truth. Again, people that speak lies are going to hide from the truth. They're literally going to go into hiding because that's what lies are. Lies are hidden. Liars hide. Liars, they're hidden. If that makes sense. They follow the protocol or the pattern of being a liar. They're going to hide everything. They're going to go into hiding. They're going to hide their face. They're going to use fake profiles. They're going to do anything possible to replicate their lying life or their state of lying, if that makes sense. Versus a person that speaks truth. You ain't got nothing to hide. You're very vulnerable. You're very open. You could be private, but you can still be very vulnerable and open. As you are private, and people can see and differentiate the difference between someone that speaks truth, because you're like, oh, hey, I'm here. How you doing? Yeah, no, that ain't it. Yup, that's it. You know what I mean? You have nothing to hide, so the truth is not going to affect you. All right, let me see if there was any other messages, I believe. Yes, sorry, dang, there's a lot. Martha, Madagascar, Marguerite, Margaritas, Water Ice. Someone's name could be Weston, Weston, Winthrop, Buc-ee's. I love me some Buc-ee's. I ain't gonna lie. They got good sandwiches. They got good they got good baked goods too. They do. But Buc-ee's. Someone's name is Wallace, Walker, Waverly, Beverly, Simone, Wendy's, Wesley, Whitney, Wilder or Wilder, Wilder, Wilder or Wilder, Willahima. I also have Xander, Xander, Xavier, Cena, Cena, or Xena, Xena, Tara, Yale, Yale, or Yael, Yale, Yvette, Yasir, Yannick, or Yannick, Yannick, Yolanda, Yasmin or Yasmin, Jasmine, Jefferson, Jeffers, Jeffers, Jabari, maybe you like to drink, Don Julio, Casamigos, bourbon. Someone's making saffron, maybe you're making saffron rice. Someone's name is Sapphire, maybe you love the sapphire stone. Samaj, Semaj, or James, Jameson, Pina Colada. Someone may have called someone a pinche, Pinche, pinche. That's Spanish for, I believe, B, the B word. Hazel, hazelnut, Hezekiah, Mendez, Mendes, or Mendoza. Take that how that resonates, okay? Someone's name is Madeline or Magdalene, okay? Maybe you pray to Magdalene, Mary of Magdalene. That might be, you could be Catholic, may come from a Catholic background, but Mary of Magdalene came up. Maybe you pray to that energy. Take it how it resonates. I'm also hearing the Black Donna, I think it's called. So we have clarity. So whatever you're doing in your spiritual space, or however you're praying or manifesting or whatever the case may be, you are getting the clarity that you're asking for. You could be a Virgo. Yeah, Spirit wants you to trust what you are receiving. The clarity that you are receiving, Spirit wants you to trust. You could be a Virgo or a Scorpio. We have Virgo right here. We have Scorpio right here. Virgo, Scorpio. Virgo, Scorpio. You could be doing things to decalcify your third eye, or you may feel like your third eye is on fire, or you may feel like that you know things that you should not know. You've been asking for the truth. You've been praying for the truth, and you're getting just that. So with the clarity that you're receiving from your third eye, it's making you grow, or the truth is growing, or the information that you're asking or seeking is growing. So be mindful as to what you try to manifest or create in your world. If you're asking for truth, it's going to show up in maybe ways that you don't anticipate or don't expect, okay? So some of you guys might be spooked out about your gifts. Again, you don't have to be. You're going to be okay, I promise. You're going to be okay. But you're asking for truth, and that's what Spirit gave to you. Trust and clarity. Spirit, help me see the truth. Spirit, give me the truth. Show me the truth. Okay, well then your third eye coming in. What's up? Okay? It is a cool gift. It really is. And not a lot of people, I've heard before, everybody can open up their gifts and stuff. I don't believe that. The reason being because not everyone is of human form, but that's another story. Anywho, that's another story. But not everyone can open up their intuition, or not everyone has intuition. So if you're a person that truly feels that you have intuition, don't allow your gifts to stay dormant or to remain dormant. Allow your gifts to work with you and to help you to see whatever it is that you need to see. That's how you grow. Okay? Fertility. You could be a Leo. Take it how it resonates. Okay? I believe in you. Divine Collective. I do. Trust me, I've been here. When I have my gifts start to open, and my gifts been open since I was young, but because of all of the extreme abuse I went through with my so-called family dynamic, it closed because it was like extreme abuse and things of that nature. So as I got older and I realized I had the gift, I was like, what is this? I was like, what is this? But when I asked for clarity, it grew and it grew and it grew. And I'm like, whoa, So your gift is not demonic. Your gift's not evil. Your gift's not dark. Okay? It's not any of those things that they portray for it to be. And they call your gifts as dark because they don't want you to see what they're trying to do towards you here. If you're trying to do something right and you know you're doing something right, why should there be opposition in regards to what you know that you're doing correct or doing right? If you ain't harming anybody, you ain't doing anything harmful towards yourself or other people, but yet you have individuals that's trying to oppress you, ask yourself, why is that happening? Say positivity. What sign is that? Leo, strong Leo. So you could be a high vibrant Leo. Strong Leo, high vibrant. We getting ready to come up in Leo season. It's y'all time to shine. I love Leos, I do. High vibrant ones, of course. You're being put in a position where, for some of you guys, you may have been forced to be in isolation. It's not a punishment. Isolation is not a punishment. For them, they may think or perceive it to be, but for you, it's not a punishment. It's there to guide you through the things that you're at the time not able to hear or see when you're surrounded around negativity. Tranquility and communication is Pisces. Strong Pisces. You could be a Pisces. Hi Yogi, how you doing? You could be a Pisces, high vibrant, or they could be a low vibrational Pisces. Let me tell you something. When you truly learn who you are, hear me and hear me well. When you truly are able to come to a place, a space of peace and tranquility, baby, them spirits gonna be talking to you. You're gonna be getting so many different downloads and messages that you didn't even think that you could receive. And those messages or the communication from the higher source or spirit or divine, however you do your thing, is going to bring you nothing but positivity. It's going to bring you, not positivity, it's also going to bring you clarity. Clarity to the point where you can trust yourself. And I need for you guys to trust yourself. I need for you to trust your gifts, whatever that might be. Some of us may have maybe one or two different clairs. Some of you guys can tap into all your clairs, however it resonates. But I'm telling you, moving forward, it is imperative. It is very important, super important that you trust yourself. Trust yourself. The more you trust yourself, the more clarity you're going to receive. And you're going to be shocked and amazed by the clarity that you are seeing of self. Not of other people. We don't care about other people. Focus on you. Despite what they're doing. There are people that do things towards you because they don't want you to see you. They want you to see them in regards to what they're doing towards you. They're doing this to me, and they're hurting me, and they this. That's distractions, babe. That's distractions. How else are they going to be able to get you away from you? Distractions. Yes, they're going to discourage you to become distracted from self. They want you so intertwined and so up there behind that you don't know who you are. And you're in a space now where you have the opportunity, whether it's a second opportunity or third opportunity, fourth opportunity, take how it resonates, that you're getting another opportunity or a chance at life to trust yourself. Trust you. How does that make you feel? Here's an exercise. You go amongst a crowd. We all been there, but maybe you don't, you may not able to, what's the word? Confirm. So I'm about to confirm it for you. This is an exercise to show you that you are connected with self. Let's say you go to the store. You in the grocery store. You're in Walmart or something, and you just purchasing something. Somebody in front of you. You don't know this person from a can of paint, but your energy is like something wrong with this person's energy. You ain't saying anything, but the energy is speaking for itself. This is where the discernment comes in. They're acting really odd and off and fidgety. They're yelling, they're arguing, they're wanting to fight towards the actual cashier that's trying to ring up their stuff, right? And they look back towards you, and you see your energy is like something in your spirit, your discernment, your intuition is telling you, don't interact with this person, stay away from this person. You know what I mean? And when they start to open up and speak, yip, yip, yap, yap, yip, yip, yap, yap, yip, 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 yap, 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 and you were like, yeah, this person is not, I need to make an exit plan. I need to separate myself, ignore this person, whatever. That's a form of discernment. That's a form of your intuition. And that's what these toxic family dynamic did not want you to be aware about. They don't want you to be aware about who you were to your core. That's where your intuition sits, or your discernment sits. It sits within your core, but you have to discover it. You do. It's gonna come to you for sure. You're gonna get nudges. You're gonna get, you're gonna get some confirmation. But the question is, are you ready to receive that confirmation, that clarity? The only person that can see the clarity in the way that you need to see it or should see it is you. But you need to be in a place of tranquility in order for you to see that. Does that make sense? Longevity, and the more that you practice and exercise your discernment, Scorpio, take it how it resonates, the longer it's going to stay around you. We're coming up in some perilous times where you're going to need your discernment, because there's a lot of unhinged wackos out there. And your discernment is going to step in front to save you from interacting or being around these individuals. So if you can, on the day-to-day, give yourself at least 10 minutes of downtime, quiet time, if you can. And just allow spirit to give you the information, the guidance, and you're going to be amazed. You'll be like, hey, really? Seriously? You're going to be amazed. You're going to be amazed at your own abilities and your own gifts. And I'm here rooting for you. I'm always going to root for the Divine Collective, because I see the best in y'all. And I want nothing but the best for y'all. I'm in a position where I'm in a great position. And I feel very lucky to be in this position to where I can give that back to y'all, show y'all the love and show y'all the path, and show you the steps that, dang, if Adana could do it, you can do it, and I believe in y'all. I do. I truly do. Divine Collective. I do. You're wonderful individuals. You're fantastic. You're phenomenal. You're intelligent. You can do whatever you set your mind to, you are. Okay? Yes, I appreciate you guys. I truly do. I do. And I just want to see the best for y'all, no matter what that is. Okay? So y'all go out there and y'all be great. Okay? Nothing less. Go out there, be freaking great. That's what you were placed in this world to be. You were here to be great and nothing but great. Okay? We have Aquarius. We have Capricorn. Libra. We have Pisces. Scorpio. Capricorn, Sagittarius. And this is why people are going to see you as the enlightened one, as the one that's in the forefront of things, or more so of your life. People are seeing this. People are seeing your glow up. People are seeing the positivity that you exude. They may not say anything towards you, but you have a whole city or town or county or parish or area or municipality, however it resonates for you, but you have people talking about you in a very positive way. And I'm here to tell you to keep going. Keep going through all of the motion to hear yourself. Be very, very, very open with self. You don't have to be open with other people, but at least be open with self to where you're so vulnerable to a point that you're able to take accountability for everything that transpired, whether it's positive or negative. And despite it being negative, you could still turn that negativity into a positive thing. An example would be working out. Someone may have said something about your weight. Oh, you're this and you're that. Okay, no problem. You do the opposite. This is where transmutation comes in. Oh, you're too small. You need to gain weight. Okay, no problem. And you decide to gain weight, but healthy weight. Now you looking like the bomb.com versus you wanting to lose weight. Shoot, you looking like the bomb.com. You, collective, you are in control of your life. You are. No one else. And never forget that. Okay? So I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Love you guys. Flowers, 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 flowers. And I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to grab your copy of your book here, Wisdom Beyond Wounds. It is currently on Amazon, Wisdom Beyond Wounds. This book was created to assist you with getting out of narcissistic trauma that you may have experienced since you were young here. And there are many different prompts in here that's really going to break down a lot of the many different types of aspects of narcissism that you may have experienced when you were young. Okay? Wisdom Beyond Wounds. It is currently available on Amazon. Thank you so much for your immense support. It is truly appreciated. Hey, Carlo. Hey, Sensi. How you doing? I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. And also, I'm going to be creating a class. I'm actually in the midst of creating a class, a workshop surrounding this, where we're going to go even deeper in depth, because I'm a Scorpio. My brain is wired like Sherlock Holmes. I'm always digging deep and diving deep. Why is that like that? I don't like that. I'm always getting to the bottom of things. So with my Scorpio mind, I'm always willing to dissect anything that don't seem right to me. So I'm creating a workshop here where we're going to dive even deeper, and we're going to more so do more deeper exercises surrounding the shadow work or aspects surrounding narcissism or healing from narcissistic trauma. Okay, love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a great day. Oh, wait. Okay. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, Instagram and also Facebook. Love, love, love. Thank you so much. Mwah. Love, love, love you guys. I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for your support.